Hi folks, it's a rather chilly Sunday morning, so what better time than to work up a bit of a sweat with a game of Geoff Capes Strongman. This is the cover then, and you're probably wondering first of all why I've left the price sticker on the front of the case, and the reason is, rather annoyingly, it's not on the front of the case, it's actually stuck to the inlay, and I can't get it off without ripping the inlay, so I've decided to leave it on. Interesting price reduction there of a whopping spectacular 10 pence. This was obviously bought from Software Plus, wherever that was back in the day. Anyway, so moving on. Front cover is a Ricochet release, and it's got Geoff Capes doing his thing on the front, or a artistic representation of him at least. Usual sort of stuff there, and spine again is the usual sort of stuff. And the back again is the usual sort of stuff, I suppose. Got some screenshots of Geoff trying to tip over a car and not quite sure what he's doing there. Climbing up some stairs and pulling a truck, perhaps. I don't know, we'll find out soon enough. And a bit of information about the game. Endorsed by Geoff Capes, Olympic shot putter, blah 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 blah. Continuous individual muscle fitness display. 6 exciting demanding challenges to be overcome, including truck pull, car rolling, fairground bell, wrestling, etc. Inside we've got the instructions, of course, introduction, gameplay. Read this carefully, it says, obviously very important to read the gameplay instructions. It is quite complicated actually. You have to build up various muscles and then use various muscles during the actual events. And if we move inside, we've got more information, training session, how to build energy, allocate energy, and then the actual events themselves, which are barrel loading, tug of war, fairground bell, wood chopping, wrestling, car rolling, and there's also some instructions for the keys. Okay, so here's your title screen for Geoff Capes Strongman Challenge. As you can see, it was originally published by Martech, and there's not much else to say about the title screen really. There's a little rendition of the Lumberjack song from Monty Python at the beginning there, slightly random, and that's your lot really. So let's get on with the game. Now there's two options for the training mode. The first thing you have to do is train to build your muscles up. So there is the build energy mode, or the training secret, which basically is a randomizer which gives you a random amount of energy. So we'll do the build energy mode and then we'll press F1 to start, and you get 16 seconds to build up as much energy as you can, and you do that by picking up a barbell off the floor, bending it behind your neck by waggling the joystick, and then doing the same as many times as possible in 16 seconds. So annoyingly you have to press F1 to start rather than the fire button. So you straight away have to jump back to the joystick to start the actual game. So here we go. It's just a case of waggle as quickly as you can to bend the bar, then duck down and pick it up again. As you can see, my energy bar is going up. Okay, so there you go. I've waggled and built up all that energy, and now you have to assign the energy to various muscles in your body for each event. Now the first event is the barrel loading event, barrel carrying, whatever. So for that you need leg strength, shoulder strength, arm strength, basically a bit of everything. So what the easiest way to do it is basically just allocate about the equal amount of energy to each part of the body. So there's upper arms, lower arms, upper legs, lower legs, chest I suppose that is, or torso, and shoulders. Just sort of even it out fairly evenly. Okay, and it goes to the barrel loading screen, a little tune of roll out the barrel. And as you can see, Geoff's at the top of the stairs, and you've got to walk down the stairs, pick up 2 barrels, one after the other, walk back up the stairs and load them on the truck. Now on each event you can set the effort required by pressing F7. You can see the effort's going up, and F5 makes it go down. You can actually modify that during the game, and the amount of effort you expend dictates how quickly the energy in each muscle runs down. This one's pretty easy event, so we'll just go halfway with this, and then it's F1 to start, and you basically got a minute to load these 2 barrels. So basically all you have to do is walk and then do this sort of rhythmic left and down motion to go down the stairs. It's hardly track and field. And then walk to the barrel, which looks more like a basketball. Pick it up, waggle the joystick to pick it up, and then you start your journey back. And to go up the stairs, it's up and left, up and right, up and right, up and right. And then after all that careful carrying the barrel, you press fire and he chucks it in the back of the truck. So while I'm doing this a second time around, graphics, they're quite funny I suppose. Geoff looks a bit awkward. He's got some big muscles and a beard, as you'd expect. The background's alright. Not much more to say about it really. As you can see, the levels on the muscles are gradually going down. You can see the ones that are working harder because the levels are lower, so the arms particularly are working harder in this one. But I'm going to make it back to the truck without losing energy. If you lose all the energy in one muscle, by the way, you faint and it's game over. And that's it completed. So I've got 15 seconds left, which gives me 1500 points. And the next event I go on to is the Tug of War, which thus far I've not been able to get off. So again, same principle, you allocate the energy that you've got to each of the muscles, and for Tug of War you particularly use the chest, the arms, so ramp those right up, and then the lower legs seem to get used quite a lot, upper legs not so much, and the shoulders you'd have thought would get used quite a lot but don't actually seem to in the game. So there we go. Some ominous music then starts the Tug of War, and this is just ridiculous, this. So we set the effort, we'll just go in the middle again. And to do the Tug of War, you basically just got to allocate as much power to these 3 muscle groups as you can, and then every so often he'll just try and pull the rope. So there's actually no joystick waggling or action involved at all in this, but it just seems to be impossible, so I'll give it another go and see how I get on, but I'm not holding out much hope based on the number of goes I've had so far. So here we go. So basically you ramp up the arms, you ramp up the chest as high as you can. Do this one as well if you've got time, and if you see a pull starts, and I've pulled him across the screen a bit, and you just basically repeat the same thing. It's really boring, and also I don't get how you do it. It just seems to be impossible. You could ramp up the effort a bit just for one go, which obviously uses up the muscles faster. But that didn't seem to make any difference at all, so I'll take the effort back down, otherwise I'll faint pretty quickly. And as I say, I just don't understand it. I always seem to do better than him, but I've never progressed to the next stage, and you must have to pull right to the far left of the screen. It just seems to be impossible in the time limit. I've got 20 seconds remaining. So I've maxed out everything, so I should just yank him right across the screen, I would have thought, but it just doesn't seem to make any difference. He'll always pull me a little bit his way first, and then I'll just go back and pull him a little bit back the other way. And I'm getting closer, but I've got 8 seconds left until the time runs out now. Maybe there's a strategy where you have to exert a certain amount of force to each muscle to get the right combination, but I haven't worked it out. And basically you get 3 attempts at this. So I didn't win that, and I get to do the whole thing again now. So same principle again. So ramp up those again. Bit in the shoulders, bit in the legs, bit in the top legs, and right, I'm just going to go full tilt at this, full effort, and see if I can do it once and for all, and if I can't then I'll faint and it'll be game over, and frankly that won't be too bad I think. Right, so here we go. All or nothing. Come on then. See, how has he managed to pull me at all and I've got full strength and everything? If I could carry on at that rate I might just get it. It doesn't seem to really tell you or indicate how much time you got each time to actually exert the energy. I'm nearly out of shoulder strength now as well. Yeah, this is going to be all over in a second, and frankly I don't really care. In summary, this is quite a unique idea for a sports event. Oh, look at that, that was quite good. It's quite a unique idea for a sports event. It's a little bit different to your usual track and field, but this level just seems to be impossible, and I'm going to faint in a second. There we go. The music's quite cool, I will give it that much, but that's really all that can be said about it. The graphics aren't too great, and the gameplay is just really confusing, and don't really understand it, and don't really want to spend any more time on it. So thanks Geoff, but no thanks. So just to finish off, was it worth $1.99, or in the case of the reduction was it worth $1.89? Not really.